Greetings and salutations. How's everybody doing? So, this I'm looking at for a couple more days we're gonna be looking at some more newer films, and by that I don't mean like say, hey, this is in theaters, go check it out now, because this I'm looking at the film The Woman in the Yard. Here's the thing for about this film. I had seen like the advertisements. I saw the posters quite a few times. Like I would go to one thing that if you don't know about me is I will sometimes go to the movies very often. Like there's a movie theater like in walking distance of my house, my home. So I do the thing. So what is this film about? So the woman in the yard tells a story about a woman who, after a car crash, and is now basically having to like say take care of her son and her daughter, is in a bit of a depressed state, and suddenly a woman in black just appears in their front yard.
What's your name?
Ramona. What about you?
Ramona what?
Just Ramona's fine.
I only asked because I noticed that ring on your finger.
And they're just trying to say, wait, who are you? And and the kids are trying to like say, wait, does mom know her? And all that. I'm gonna say this at first, I'll probably say, it took me a little bit to get into this. It took me a little bit. In that at first, I thought that the characters, like say most of the kids, I thought, okay, so the mom, she at first, like at the beginning of the film, I thought she was being a bit harsh, and at the same time, like you can understand a little bit in that it seems like say the family is going through a bit of a rough time at the moment, and so yeah, like everyone's a bit, I'd say like a bit like say the everyone's a bit like say they're a bit down, I'd say the word, and mostly because like say the the car accident, and at the same time the mother having to perhaps going through physical therapy in a way. And one thing I think makes this film work, because this film was both disliked by the critics, and it was both the audience and the critics, they both had a similar favorite review of it, in the final thing, like, eh. And one thing I think makes this film work is in that the film has a bit of a sense of mood. Like, say, when Roma, the mother, first meets the woman, and like like the way it's shot, and the fact they say yes, it's a bright sunny day. So at the same time, like there's that sense of like mystery, like say, wait, who is she? Where was she from? And like, what is she needing? Because throughout the film, she mostly just sits in her chair, and I'll be honest, I like the production of the film.
Your children are such darlings. Ripe enough to eat.
Get off my property, or I'm calling the police.
I like that chair. Where can I get that? And one thing this film also does is like say, it gives that the mother is in a bit of a depressed state. In that, like say, yeah, I think this film tries to go through the world of depression. And I don't think we fully get the idea until we see a bit of a flashback with the when between the um Ramona and her husband in a bit of a flashback.
So yes, I was driving the car that night.
When Taylor, the son, is just say, hey, what are you not telling us? Because at one point, he takes the family gun to try say, hey, get off our property, get off our property. And I feel like at that moment is say she's say, okay, that moment it's okay, we're gonna go start to escalate things. Because say the mom's perspective is say just don't acknowledge this, and the son is say no, get her out of here kind of thing.
It's her. Come on, baby, come in. Jace, come on.
The bit of the reveal of it all, I think it's all done fairly well. Say the way call it when he's able to say, okay, this is how I want the cinematography to look. This is how a shot is going to be looked. I think it does a great job when it comes to directing the actors. And I do kind of like the bit of the twist, which is in that the woman is a manifestation that Ramona had, brought forth.
Today's the day.
Because she didn't feel like she could make it through the day anymore, and is just saying, hey, give me the strength. And in that, call for that, she appeared.
Any?
And yeah, I think when when the ghost and Ramon switched places for a second, I did like that idea. I did like that idea of in the fact that suddenly the words that are being reversed at each other, and it works really well. At least I thought so. And yeah, I thought that yes, I'll be honest and say at times I thought the film was, at the beginning of it was a bit say, okay, this is a bit slow. But until the moment in which we get to the sequence in which Taylor takes a shotgun out, and then all the truth has been revealed, and all that when Ramon's going to the barn to put it into all the what needs to be done with all that to come to grips with how she's feeling and all that.
I don't have all today.
To get all her emotions out. So yeah, I'll be honest and say I can understand why some reviewers and some audiences didn't really get buy it. They weren't saying because unfortunately this one also did not do fairly well financially against a $12 million budget and a box office return of $23.3 million. But then again, Blumhouse, they do sometimes make films on a bit of a shoestring budget. So, yeah. I didn't think this one was too bad. I didn't think it was that bad. So, I'll see you next time.